It's practice day today for the NCAA men's hockey regional here. It started with Air Force, then Boston College, followed by Maine, and finally the defending national champs from the University of Minnesota Duluth. And the happiest twin to see opening day here at Target Field might be Justin Morneau, the big first baseman back on his home diamond for the first time since his concussion last summer. Ice climbing is a great winter sport for the advanced, but also for beginners. Donovan McNabb watched while other quarterbacks on the team took extra snaps, something they're excited about. Whenever the Superstars come to town, mascots like Harley can sometimes get a little bit jealous. But it's still the Duluth Huskies, and Harley can still do his dance. Championship Friday at the State Fast Pitch Softball Tournament at Caswell Park in North Mankato. We have two teams still alive.
Historic day for Bulldog hockey.
That's right, Nick. Golden Dome's the focus for everyone down in St. Paul today. The gold helmets for Notre Dame, the gold hair for the Bulldogs. Less than 24 hours until the University of Minnesota Duluth starts its defense of its title in the National Hockey Championships. The Bulldogs got to practice today and get used to the facilities and gave their opponents a look at Hobey Baker Award finalist Jack Connolly. The Dogs say they hope Captain Jack can match the Maine Black Bears Hobey Baker finalists and continue to be clutch for them here at the Big Dance.
As good a hockey player as is, he's a better person. I think he's been a great ambassador for our program and our community. He does a lot of little things that a lot of people don't know. Sometimes I don't even know. His consistency and his durability over his 4 years has been pretty remarkable.
Whether he's playing or not, we're going to have to keep an eye on him out there, and it's going to be kind of interesting playing against a player that's up for the same kind of thing as me. Try not to look too much into it. I'm just going to try to go out there and focus on what we need to do and ultimately get a couple of wins under our belt.
Likewise, Maine has a Hobey Baker candidate of their own, like we said, Spencer Abbott. With similar numbers to Jack, Spencer got a concussion in the Hockey East tournament, but practiced with Maine today, and the Black Bears hope Abbott can go tomorrow night.
With a head injury, you either are cleared or you're not. So he has not been cleared yet, so we're hoping tomorrow that he will be cleared, but been preparing as if he's not.
I already sat out a big game last weekend, the Hockey Championship, and I didn't enjoy that at all, and I really hope I can play tomorrow. There's no way to say for certain, but the doctor's got to clear me before I can go, and I'll figure that out later tonight, and make a decision from there.
The two Hobies square off with their teams tomorrow night right here in Worcester, and who knows, maybe winning is a preview of who might win the award later this month at the Frozen Four. But Greg, I know they both want to be at the Frozen Four with their teams more so than individually. For now, live in Worcester, I'm Eric Gullickson, KQDS Fox 21 Sports. When Hawaii native Bob Tima moved to landlocked Minnesota 2 decades ago, he didn't realize he needed to bring his surfboard with him.
About 10 years ago, heard about surfing on Lake Michigan and started looking around on Lake Superior, and no one was doing it at that time.
Bob helped start the Lake Superior surfing trend.
I've watched it grow from, me and one buddy to a group of about 50 these days.
Getting back to his roots of beach life with a chill.
It's a great adventure, though. I love it every time. I never get tired of the cold and blustery conditions. It's all part of the fun.
It's really cold, it's really challenging. You got to wear a thick rubber wetsuit, and there's not very many people out, but the conditions are really harsh, so that's what makes it fun.
Like Tima, California native Eric Wilkie has had surfing in his blood since the early 70s.
Gosh, I traded a bicycle for my first board. I think I was in the 8th grade. Good fun, kids of all ages.
It's been Eric's love ever since. So when Wilkie found out about the surf on Superior, he had to try it himself.
The waves here are every bit as powerful and strong as a wave in the ocean, as long as it has the right conditions.
The lake surfing season runs October to April.
We like it to be head high or bigger. That's when it gets really good.
Surfers play the waiting game for the perfect day.
It's not nearly as frequent as anywhere on a coast, so you have to be patient. They'll go 3 weeks, a month without anything to surf.
And these West Coast transplants say they watch the weather reports daily so they know when the conditions are just right to hit the waves on Lake Superior.
Watch all the weather sites of NOAA. They have wave forecasts as well for the lake, so anytime we see some northeast winds, that's good for the Duluth side of the lake.
Like this week's conditions, perfect for big waves along the North Shore.
Can't wait for low pressure and cold weather and snow blizzards like this.
Gitchigumi offering a unique winter escape for beach bums in the great outdoors.
Yeah, I love it. Where else can you surf when it's snowing?
In Duluth, Eric Gullickson, KQDS Fox 21 Sports. The last time the Bulldog men's hockey team was on the ice at XL Energy Center, they lifted the national championship trophy.
He scored down here and then just did like the whole way and right at about the red line, made it start doing a snowman for the corner.
This week, a few of UMD's top dogs returned to the X as invitees to the Wild Prospect Development Camp. Captain Jack Connolly says it's another chance to prove his skeptics wrong.
I've been battling that my whole life. I've had people tell me I'm too small to play at the next level, all the way up, and I've tried to prove them wrong each year. I'm going to try to hopefully do it at the next level after college.
JT Brown's talents really emerged in the playoffs, and he hopes the improvements are seen by scouts this summer.
There's always the pressure of knowing that you're in front of NHL scouts. But at the same time, you got to get out there and get better and have a little fun.
Former Bulldog Justin Fontaine already impressed the Wild in 2010, signing with the team last spring. He hopes to use camp to position himself within the franchise.
Every time you want to go out there, you don't want to leave anything on the table. Just kind of want to show your skills and show what you can bring to them, and let the chips fall where they may.
For incoming freshman Derek Johnson, it's a chance to show both scouts and future teammates what he's got.
It's fun that JT Brown and Jack Conley are here, and it's a fun step for me. And it's a little bit of a learning curve and adjustment as always, and it'll be the same when I get up to school in Duluth.
For all of the Bulldogs at camp this week, it's a step towards their ultimate goal, to step on this ice in an NHL sweater someday.
I'm grateful to have the opportunity the Wild gave me to come down here and try to display my abilities, work hard, and do what I can to get them to notice me.
In St. Paul with photojournalist Nathaniel Le Capitan, I'm Eric Gullickson, KQDS Fox 21 Sports. The tradition of horse racing in Carleton County started a year before the county fair even began.
It's such a family deal. It's young kids. It's where they get their start.
The thundering of hooves heard annually for 120 years.
When you're in it, you're in it. Yep. Thick or thin, we love it.
When other fairs stopped racing, Carleton County kept the tradition going.
There used to be county races all over. Howard Lake to Lake Elmo to here to Wheaton, Wilmer, Rochester. Now that's the only one left.
Locals like the Olejik family keep the event striding forward.
I'm 26 years old. I've been coming here for 26 years. My grandpa used to always come here. And I think that's kind of the main thing for us, just kind of keep it going for my grandpa.
Of the 4 Olejik boys currently involved in horse racing, Justin brings many of the 4-legged competitors from as far as Nebraska to race in Barnum.
He's probably got 10 horses here, and it's the main reason the races are going is because he's brought them in.
Justin trains horses at Canterbury Downs.
We're the ones back there working on them and making them ready to run.
Testing their racing skills in his old stomping grounds.
To get a horse completely ready, 60 days for sure, just good galloping every day. And then once a week you work them. After 5-6 works, then you can think about racing them.
The family tradition continued this week with Justin's wife Tanya. After retiring from riding a few years ago to raise their family, she unexpectedly made her comeback.
She wasn't even going to ride this year. I was going to ride for her. But my belly got a little big this year.
I was a nervous wreck, and then at the last minute he said, I can't ride, you have to ride, so I rode him on.
Tanya, Justin, and their horse won the Derby, the fair's biggest race.
I just rode her to the line. She knew what she was doing. I just sat on her.
And enjoyment only felt at full speed in the great outdoors.
Yep, I love it. I came out of retirement just for that.
It's not like riding a regular horse. They're bred to run. That's all they live for.
At the Carleton County Fair in Barnum, Eric Gullickson. KQDS Fox 21 Sports.
Time now for Fox Sports with Eric Gullickson.
UMD senior All-American Jack Conley decided Friday he'll play professionally next season for Färjestad BK of the Swedish Elite League. Jack not getting interest from the NHL, small offers from the AHL, but decided arguably the top team in Sweden, a great place to continue his career.
I've talked to their GM a little bit, and they're excited to have me come over. I mean, I'm more than thrilled to be heading over there and experience something new and a different style of hockey, especially at that level. I mean, it's going to be a great life experience for me. It's going to be a change, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
After being named the Hobey Baker Award winner this year and helping UMD earn their first national championship his junior season, Connolly's now ready to play pro. Jack's size still being questioned, but he says playing in the SEL will help him show the NHL he has what it takes.
Bigger ice sheets, I only play 55 regular season games. Very open skating style, a lot of skill over there, and I think it plays right into the way I play. There's a lot of guys that leave to come play in the NHL from that league. Maybe if something goes well over there and there's interest back over here stateside, that maybe, I could go that road as well.
Like Jack, fellow All-American and former Bulldog JT Brown found his way to the professional ranks. His, however, is in the NHL already, spending 5 games this season with Tampa Bay.
the first few games might have been gripping the stick a little bit too tight. Obviously, there's a little more nerves, but by the end, it started to settle down a little bit. Playing with guys like LeCavier and Malone and a few other big-name guys on the team makes it a little bit easier to just go in and play.
Brown now plays the waiting game, JT notching 1 assist in his 5 games with Tampa. The summer will be spent training in hopes of staying on the NHL roster for the 2012-13 season.
Obviously, nothing's set in stone or for sure on any of that. Definitely, I believe there's camps in the summer, and definitely got to just make sure you train hard and work for that spot for next year.
Baseball now. Twins pitcher Nick Blackburn left Saturday's game early with shoulder stiffness, an MRI revealing no damage today, so that's good news. He's expected to make his next start. As for the Twins, Jackie Robinson day today around the major leagues. Everyone wearing 42 in honor of him, trying to avoid being swept, and they got Liam Hendricks on the mound, and he pitched great. 6 innings, allowing 1 run on 7 hits with 4 Ks. In the 5th, the newest Twin, Cleet Thomas, hitting a 2-run home run to right center field. That's his first of the year, and it's a 2-1 Twins lead. In the 8th, though, the Twins would give that lead back. That's Josh Hamilton, and he gets all of that one. Almost 450 feet to right center. His 4th of the year, 4-3, Rangers in front. Joe Nathan would get the save in this one as the Rangers get the sweep. The Twins fall 4-3. The Brewers and Braves joining in on the Jackie Robinson Day festivities. Milwaukee trying to avoid a sweep as well. 2nd inning, Brewers down 1. Jonathan Lucroy with the base hit brings in Aramis Ramirez to tie the game at 1. And they're feeling pretty good, but the 3rd inning, the Braves would open it up. Chipper Jones, back from injury today, delivers a 3-run home run to left, his 2nd of the year. And it's 4-1 Braves. They're not done hitting it out of the park. In the 4th, Jason Hayward gets all of this one. Solo shot, his 2nd of the season. 5-1 Atlanta. The Braves would go on to win from there and break out the Bruins. 7-4 is the final. UMD baseball wins in a rain-shortened game, 7-5 over Upper Iowa. Game 2 was canceled by that rain. UWS facing 12th-ranked UW-Stevens Point, Division III, swept today on the road. The American Burka Binder is over the hill this year, celebrating its 40th anniversary, fitting for the hilly course, and the Berkey celebrating its birthday by opening the field to a record-breaking 10,000 skiers in 2013. That's 1,000 more than this year's race. Registration for the Berkey starts tomorrow at 8 a.m., so get up early. And we'll be right back as we head back to the Diamond in this week's Northern Star. An unfamiliar advantage. It worked in 2011 for the UMD men's hockey team en route to their first national championship. Similar tale this year for UMD. Unfamiliar foes in a region with Maine, Boston College, and Air Force. The Bulldogs and first-round opponent Maine have one thing in common, a connection to Boston University. Jack Connolly's older brother Chris is a Terrier and has given the Bulldog captain a bit of scouting on Hockey East Maine heading into Saturday's game.
He's given me a couple tips, a couple pointers about them, the way they play. Just told me, they got a great power play. They got a really top line that can really go and produce for them. I think he said we could probably get after their defense a little bit, and their goalie has been playing well lately, but he's been a little shaky all year, so I think we can attack him that way too.
As Boston University's Connolly broke down Maine for Jack, Maine head men's hockey coach Tim Whitehead feels Minnesota Duluth very similar to Chris's Boston University. They both have local Connollys. They both recently won national championships and play similar styles.
They've got some great talent at all 3 positions. A senior goalie. They play physical like BU does, and I thought we matched up pretty well with BU, So I think it's going to be a great game. We might as well start at the top with the defending national champs. And
Fox 21 will be in Worcester this weekend when UMD takes on the University of Maine Saturday at 6:30. The Dogs will look to do better than the Terriers did this season against Maine. Black Bears went 3-1 against BU. 3 of those wins, all 3 in Boston. The Duluth East boys basketball team made its way to Target Center without 7-foot center Akolda Manyang, as we told you earlier in the show. The Hounds supporting their suspended teammate, rocking some shirts as they took on the Osseo Orioles. And let's take a look at this one. First half, Joe Florestano pressured. He kicks it over to Taylor Stafford for 3. East takes its first lead, 5-4. Later, game tied. Matt Lochner blocked, but Shaq Coleman there gets the rebound, kicks it out to Stafford behind the arc, and he led the Hounds with 17. East is up by 3. Then it's Stafford. Nice football pass down court to Johnny Woodard for 2 of his 12. Woodard only 3 of 14 from the field, but the Hounds were up 4 at the break. The Orioles outscored East by 15 after the half. DJ Herbert, 12 of his game-high 18 in the second half. Greyhounds lose 62-51 in that game, and they wanted to win for Manyang.
We want to come out and play for him good, because every time we come out of huddle, we say 1, 2, 3 quarter, and that just reminds us of him, and we wish he was here in our presence.
Man, we miss him on the team, and wish he could have played with us. But we did the best we can. What we got.
As a coach, as a person, I don't throw kids off the cliff, and that's really what's gone on with him. He's been just kicked right off the cliff.
Tough loss. Well, in Class 3A, third seed Grand Rapids taking on Mankato East at Williams Arena. The Thunderhawks up 5 in the first half, and we take a look at Alex Illikainen, 6'8", second effort goes. He had 15. Grand Rapids is up by 7 points. At that point, a little later on, Austin Poland, man in his face, he doesn't care. Poland with the 3, Thunderhawks up 9. Time running out in that half. Poland finding the jumper in the lane. That puts Rapids up 12. He led all scorers with 33 points. Rapids would be up 15 at the break, and in the end, the Thunderhawks move on 62-49.
I really like the effort we made, and I like how we started the game. We came out right away. I didn't see many nerves. Guys competed and got after it.
We played really well, offensively and defensively, rebounding. We did what we needed to do and came out with the win.
We know what to expect. We've had a couple of guys on the team that has been in the state tournament before, went deep in the tournament, so they kind of tell us what to be ready for, and it helps a lot.
The Thunderhawks face De La Salle tomorrow in the semifinals. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. at Target Center. Lakeview Christian Academy also plays tomorrow, facing top seed Belgrade Bruton El Rosa in the Class A quarterfinals. That one at Williams Arena. The Vikings busy today, signing former Carolina O-lineman Jeff Schwartz, re-signing running back Lex Hilliard, defensive tackle Fred Evans, and releasing Remy Adele. Schwartz can play either guard or tackle, so that's good. And on the basketball court, Ricky Rubio had successful surgery on his knee today, guys. The Wolves fell to the Spurs. The Gopher men's hoops team still alive. They go to the NIT semifinals with a win over Middle Tennessee State.